Hey, what's going on everybody? So today we're gonna start doing some video tutorials for you guys. While I kind of explain what we're gonna go through, I'm gonna play a quick game of Fortnite. I'm sure I'm not gonna win, so shouldn't be long. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about Firebot and why I think it's the most essential piece of streaming equipment or streaming bot for Mixer itself. And mainly that's because of all the options you have with the interactive buttons. You can really do a lot. I'll show you how I have mine set up. So I'll be able to show y'all that. Y'all just gotta, bear with me through this game really quick. Where do we feel like landing? I think we're going to go Retail Row. By the way, I don't know if any of y'all are interested in Fortnite. I do stream it pretty much daily. Mondays and Tuesdays are by far my most active day online. I stream as much as I can on those days. Those are my days off from my real job. I'm a director in the news business. So, yeah, if you enjoy gameplay, I do it live. It's on Mixer. And like I said, a lot of the things that you'll learn how to do today on Firebot, I actually utilize on my streams daily, so you'll be able to come check that stuff out, try it out, see how you like it, see how I have it set up, and see how it flows, with the community. Alright, so, now that we've landed, let's hope there's a chest. Yeah! Got an SMG tactical. Not bad. This weapon's pretty decent for this, Alright. Somebody in the house with me. Just set a trap. You know what I got to say to your trap? Fuck your trap, homie. Oh my god. Well, we survived. It took 2 entire clips of tactical ammo. Actually, 1.5. But hey, it's okay. We alive. Celebrate another day. Picked up a pistol out of it too. Alright. That was, that got my blood pumping real quick. I missed that whole second clip, man. Something I'm getting better at. I've been gaming on PC for about a week now, so mouse and keyboard is fairly new to me. Now I did hear some fighting over here. We're not gonna be shy, we're gonna go challenge. I see a crossbow. Pick that up just in case I don't get anything long range in the next battle or two. Alright, looks like I can't do it. You know what? Got some ammo, good. I heard you in here. Dunzo. Somebody else on my trail. I missed, man. Yep, I missed the headshot. Alright, so, that was fun, right everybody? Yeah, that was fun. Alright, so on with this tutorial. We're gonna minimize this bad boy. Probably gonna X out actually. Now, let's get over to the desktop. Here we are. So, this is what the app looks like. Firebot. If you need it, you can go to firebot.pro. Here it is, interactive for mixer.com. Now, when it says interactive, it's talking about those interactive buttons that you see on popular streamers and professional looking streamers websites. It's a community build, so I'm sure it's just going to keep updating, getting better, you know, kind of like OBS did. What is Firebot? Firebot is an application built to help streamers on Mixer.com easily incorporate Mixer Interactive into their stream. It's built with versatility and customization in mind. So just to give my brain a little bit of a refresher, we're going to take a look at this. It's an application for running interactive channels. You've noticed channels with buttons. Yep, yeah, we sure have. If you're not a streamer, this app will not have much to offer you. So that's okay. If you're here, you're watching this video, you want to know how to get those buttons working. So obviously we're going to start with download now. I'll let you go through your process of installing. You can go ahead and pause the video here if you need to. So now at this point we are going to open up Firebot. So here's mine. This is what it looks like, more or less. I got a full screen so you guys can see it a little better. I got different animations that are controllable by the audience, and how they control it is they see buttons kind of like this on the stream, underneath the stream, and they'll be able to activate them. This one costs 50 sparks. This one's an audio sound effect, so this one's only 25 sparks, and so on and so forth. Some of the other things that this application can do before we get started in the actual tutorial, you can do new commands. There's a chat feed where the bot will be here and present, and you'll be able to, you know, post at the stream as the streamer or bot. You'll be able to see the stream here, and it'll show your viewers in real time. So as soon as somebody comes in, you can easily, you know, say hi to them before they even have the chance to say hi to you. It's a tactic that a lot of small streamers use to get people to stay. So there's events notifications that you can set up. Those are excellent. I'll show you how I have mine set up also. You can do viewer groups, you can do hotkeys. I haven't really messed with any of that. Moderation, you can set up moderators for things that are in Firebot, I do believe. Settings, typical settings. I have mine set to dark, and I have mine set to, you know, auto update. And it shows you, you know, the latest release update also. All right, so next, I do believe I'm going to show you what these buttons do. Now, let's go to my stream. I'm going to start the streaming. That way, everybody can see how this works. All right, so this was a past stream. Let's see if we can't get it to update. There we go. Go live. Now, in Firebot, you need a broadcasting system that's going to have an overlay like so. Right now it's black because it's looking for Fortnite. I'm not playing Fortnite right now. I don't even have it open, so it's not going to quite work. But let's go back to our desktop. Let's mute ourselves so we don't embarrass ourselves with some poor audio. Now, okay. So we're going to get this never-ending thing going right here, but we're going to ignore that, okay? The reason we're here is because we want to know how these buttons down here are going to work. And right now they're not here. I got to go into Firebot, hit the power button. It's going to connect to your interactive buttons. It's going to connect chat, and it's going to connect the constellation. So we got all green lights except for this last one. That means that it wants us to refresh our browser source in OBS. So I'm going to do that real quick. That way I can show you all the green lights. All right, so I'll come back and show you how to do that later after once we get that far into the tutorial. All right, now that it's up, my buttons should be up and running. Here they are. So now they show up at the bottom of your stream. Interactive buttons. You scroll over, you can control what it says. I guess this one I haven't set up. This one says Foxy Cortana when you scroll over it. So it's actually pretty good interface. Now, if you want to activate the button, all a viewer has to do is click on it. Boom.
Wow, I think you are playing
right now
so
you can
bad,
hear her.
you're making me allergic to your play. Get it together! You can do it!
Okay, so I let her say her thing. Let me set it up to where you can see it. That way you know what it looks like, and I'll actually show you some of mine. Alright, so yeah, we're now on this. We got 30 seconds till this cools down. That's something you can also set up. You can set a cooldown timer, and you can control which ones cool down together. You can have each one be individual. My suggestion is, if you have animations like I'm gonna have, to put them all on the same cooldown. That way people don't spam them. I've had problems with people spamming these buttons before I put the cooldown. They would play all 5 of them at the same time, like pop, 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 and all of them start playing at the same time. So, hence the cooldown. That way that can't happen. 6 seconds. So we'll let that count down, and then we'll activate one. That way you can see what it looks like. Let's do this one.
Sergeant Johnson could totally do better.
And there you go. So Foxy Cortana, that's my interactive little bot. She's actually something that is a work in progress. She's going to be more interactive for more viewers. She's going to have a lot more things to say. She's going to have things to say for multiple gamers. That's quite ambitious. It's going to take some time, but it's totally possible, especially with Firebot. Now, how do we get all this coded? How do we get all this done? You know, that's the real question. That's the real question why you are here, wanting to know the answer for. So, in your tab, open it up, go to Develop Lab. I have mine set up right here. I'm going to add a new one. That way we can test it out. Test, project game, test, sure. I don't think the game that you select matters at all. Okay, so now that you have the name and the quote unquote game that I do believe does not matter, if your project isn't for a game, choose other. Alright, well, you know what, let's do other, just to be safe. I don't think there's any repercussions if you don't, and you're, you know, doing different games. Not sure why they want to specify the game, because when I've streamed Halo 5, it's worked just fine, and when I started streaming Fortnite, I didn't change anything, and it still said Halo 5, and it still works perfectly fine, as we just saw. Alright, so now that all that's said and done, we're going to go to build. And so this is more or less what you're going to see underneath your stream. And each one of these pixels or squares is a unit where your button can be seen underneath your stream. So as you can guess, you can kind of, you know, make them, I guess I have to give it a name. You can make them look really however you want. You can make it look as cool or as boring as mine. So test, add, it's a button. So here we go, it's right here. Drag and drop this control onto a grid. So the double lines, you can bring it down and boom. Now we have one button in our build. Right now it's called test. So you can customize this however you want. We're going to make it a big test button like that. Just for kicks and giggles. Now you got to do the same thing for Mixer on all of its platforms, which is desktop, tablets, and cell phones. So with each one, you want to go through and you want to add your button. Otherwise, you're going to have some viewers that are on mobile, and if you don't set it up, they're not going to be able to be interactive. Now, we got buttons set up for each mode. Great. So now what? That's the real question. Let's open this back up real quick. Spark cost. You can set a spark cost for your viewers. I would suggest that just to kind of prevent trolls from doing it. Now, 25 isn't a lot of spark. Maybe it is for some people, I don't know. But in my opinion, I have like 6,000 saved up, which there's not much of a point other than, you know, playing interactive buttons, as far as I know. I could be wrong though. Tooltip. So tooltip, I do believe, is what it says whenever you scroll over it. Actually, you know, we're not going to set any of this because it's all in Firebot now that I think about it. So let's let's X that. That way we don't save any of that. Okay, good. Now that we have the button, it's here on the build. We need to essentially add in the code, and we do that with Firebot. Now I think that I need to add a new scene. Change board, add new board. So whenever you're ready, you're not going to have any scenes right here. What you're going to do is you're going to come to the buttons layout. You're going to come to change board. Open that up. Open Firebot buttons. Nope, that's not the one that we want. We want to add a new board. All right, so now it's asking for your code that links to the code that we just did on Develop Lab. So go to Mixer's Interactive Studio, create a new project. We already did that. Go to build. We added one button. It's a test button. Go to the code tab and copy the board ID code. And they want us to paste it right here to add the board. So we hop back in. Now go to code tab. Boom. Here's the code. Click on it to copy it. Boom, it's copied. So this is the code that they're looking for to link it to Firebot. Paste it in there. They got a button set up just like Mixer does. It's really user friendly, you know. Add board. Boom. Okay, so now that we're in the test board, we got to set up your buttons. Give me 1 second here. Resync. Maybe I haven't saved this yet. Have I saved it? All right, there we go. So it looked like the issue was that we had a error popping up right here. So you want to make sure to go in here and also rename the box, whatever you have it named. Okay, so now that that's there, we can go up here to the right and save. Boom, save now. All right, now let's come back in here, resync board. Boom, there's our button. Good. So right now you want to click edit, because right now it literally does nothing. We haven't set it up to do anything. It still costs 0 sparks also. Now button text, we want it to the name test tooltip. Tooltip is whenever you hover over, you're gonna see this text. You can put it to whatever you want. 25 cooldown. Let's give it a cooldown of 60 seconds. Threshold, the number of clicks before a button effect is ran. So if you want you want a bunch of people to select something in order to make it play, like if you have a ton of viewers, this is one way you could do that. Or if you're gonna have a special one, whatever your imagination can really think of, really, you can set it to 100 people have to click this button before it actually activates. All right, so that's what the threshold would be for. Now permission, none right now, because if you're like me, you're a small streamer, you really need anybody and everybody that comes into your chat to be able to do anything. If you're a big streamer, you might want to set up groups for subscribers, moderators, or you can set up for certain individuals like a top donator or anybody that you think deserves special treatment. You could do it like that. Now, other active button, yes, we wanted to act as show in chat feed. Whether or not you want to see an alert in the chat feed when someone clicks this button, sure, activate that. Sounds like more traffic in my chat, which is never a bad thing in my opinion. Skip logging, I can't tell you what that does. Don't even click it. All right, so what should this button do? That's the real question. And this is where I find Firebot to be the most unique. I have used Squirtbot for interactive buttons, and in my opinion, this is way better because you can do a lot more. And you can do it the way you want it. You can be as creative as you want to be. And this is really something that I think nobody has really took the time to master. And that's something that I'm trying to do. So API button, pull info from third-party IPAs, celebration effects on the overlay, so you can have like confetti, or I think there's like balloons that will just go over the screen and then they go away. So not a bad idea either. Something I haven't personally set up, but that's something I'm going to look into. Change group, move a user to a new group. That's an interesting button. Not exactly sure how that works. You can do cooldown some buttons if somebody's getting annoyed. You just make it an option, and it can be cooled down, and it'll stop all button pressing. Delay, pause between effects, roll dice in chat. Effective group, multiple effects to be treated as one. Game control, emulate keyboards and mouse clicks. That's something that I've never messed with, but sounds like you could really do something unique there. Play sound. That's an easy one. Play a random effect from an effect list. Show event. So send an event to the event list. Show image. Display an image on the overlay. So you can select an image. Show text on the overlay. I assume that you fill out what the text would be, and then the user could activate it. Show video. Play video in the overlay. And this is the one that I use the most. Update button, toggle connection, write text to file. That's all stuff that, in my opinion, sounds boring, and I'm sure somebody somewhere will find a use for it. For me, it has no effect. So let's do the show video. What type of video do you want to display? Local video, YouTube video. So you could pull up a YouTube video. You could have all your videos run off a server of YouTube. For me, I'm going to choose local video. I want it to play in the middle right of our overlay. Let's see. Do I want to give it any special height or width? Nah, I'm fine. Fade in, fade out. Sounds good. How long should it show? Let's put 6 seconds. Do we want it to loop? Nope. How loud should it be? I'm going to put 6, and that's honestly pretty loud. I've had it at 10 before, and it overblows everything. Okay, so local video. We got to choose the file. I'm going to go in and I'm going to find one of my videos that I've made for Foxy Cortana. She is the animated host that I have. She's also the bot on my channel. She's set up for Halo 5. I need to set one up for Fortnite, and that's actually one that I'm working on right now. So, right, we're looking for a video. Let's find Animoji videos. Here we go. And I've now loaded one. So right here, you want to link the file that you're trying to play. If it's a video, if it's an image, you do the same thing. If it's a sound bite, sound effect, literally the same thing. It's that easy. Click add. Should all be good to go. What should this button do? Show video. Save changes. Boom. Now we are still connected in our overlay for Firefox, so I'm going to transition to that. This is what your streamers would see. I'm going to test the button. Boom, there it is.
I think you are playing so bad, you're making me allergic to you.
Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of text messages from my wife also. Anyway, she's great. Amazing woman. I'm the luckiest man in the world. Back to what I was saying. Button works now. It's good. We're already connected. Remember, you got to connect to the controller. You got to connect to the chat. And you have to connect the overlay. So next, how do you get the overlay on your stream? We're going to move OBS onto our main desktop. We're going to transition to it. Boom. Okay, so for my home setting, we're in studio mode right now, so I'll be able to edit this, and then we'll get it onto the stream in full screen once we're ready. Now, up here in the corner, I have overlay. Excuse my mistyping with the extra capitals. It was an accident. Regardless, so what you want to do to get your Firebot buttons connected to your stream, you want to go to add, you want to add browser. I already have mine set up, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, go to settings, overlay in the tabs, general interactive chat overlay. Overlay is what we're looking for. Get overlay path. You click on that, it's going to give you a browser web address. So you can copy that. And then you go back in here, you want to go to create new. I'm going to name it test overlay. Click OK. So with that file, I'm sorry, with that address, you're going to paste it right in here. I didn't actually copy one, so that's what's going to be getting put. But you put the address right there. Boom. Height, width, frame per second. If you need to edit that, that's totally fine. My opinion, you probably don't need to touch it because it should update whenever you input the correct web address. Click OK, and boom, there it is. So you want to, if you want to make it full screen, hit Control F when it's selected. Got test overlay, Control F, boom, it matches it to your screen size. Now, that way you can see it in the recording. Here it is full size. We're going to test the button again. Boom, and it looks like it's working perfectly.
I think you are playing so bad, you're making me allergic to you.
So obviously right there I have it fading out at 6 seconds, not long enough for that one. So all you would have to do is, upgrade it to 10 seconds. So I can show you how to do that. Go back to edit, go to your button, click on click on the video, there we go, and then upgrade it to 10 seconds. Save changes. Now, let's activate it again. I don't think you saw any of that, but I already showed you how to do that.
Wow.
So this is 10 seconds.
You are playing so bad, you're making me allergic to your play. Get it together. You can do it.
There you go. Seemed like that was just long enough. Perfect. So there you go. How I have mine set up for Foxy Cortana. She says all kinds of things. She's pretty sassy. She's my co-pilot, and it's basically the viewers. So the viewers get to control her. They can be as mean as they want if you set it up that way, or they can be as nice as you want. You can have it say all positive things. I got mine saying both. Like, when I play bad, she says what she said just now, and there's also a couple other options. Also, when I play good, I have some sound bites for her to say whenever I do something good. That way, the audience can really pick or choose. If they want to be mean, they can be mean. If they want to be nice, they can be nice. It's really it's up to you. It's cool. So that was just a quick crash course way to do it. If anybody really needs more help, you can always reach out to me on my YouTube channel. If anybody has any confusion, I can really, this was kind of a run and gun tutorial, so I didn't have like a list set up. But if we need to make an official one, we can make an official one, and we'll have it all squared away, ready to go. Everything will run a lot smoother, and I'll go into a lot more depth with everything in Firebot. So if there's demand for that, we can easily do that. Well, I guess that's all, folks. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you got any questions, remember, just hit me up.